Hawking-Penrose singularities should be abandoned from cosmology. If we want cosmology to become science, then we have to abolish any type of singularity from cosmology. Because we can use singularity, in this sense, infinity, in mathematics. We cannot use infinite values for gravity, pressure, density, temperature in physics, because infinity has no metric meaning. Infinity plus whatever, let's say infinite gravity plus 100,000 newtons is still infinite gravity. And cosmology is lost now. Since the Big Bang cosmology is is going in the wrong directions. Hundreds of articles was published that are based on these initial conditions of singularity, Hawking singularity. I hope that you understand that this is nonsense. This is nonsense. And I know now that it will be very difficult to acknowledge that singularities in physics and in this sense in cosmology are nonsense, but they are big nonsense. And this is how scientific mind was deceived, actually, with some ideas that are not scientific. Stephen Hawking is a mathematical philosopher, and Professor Roger Penrose also is a mathematical philosopher. This is not physics. And now, sure, this will be difficult to acknowledge because the Nobel Prize was delivered for Professor Penrose singularities. But they are no existent. There is no any kind of singularity in the universe. And now you can listen on the YouTube videos that the Professor Penrose received Nobel Prize for the robust proof of application of general relativity in the black hole physics. I mean, for me, it's perfect. Professor Penrose can keep this Nobel Prize, but we have to go on and we have to see that all this is nonsense. Now I have article in preprint, and I have difficulties to send this article in peer review because in every journal that is important, there is a guy there, academic editor, and he decided if some paper will go into review or not. So I wrote a letter to 10 very important editors of journals, and I asked them to read my article and to give me the opinion. And today I received one letter of one of them that I will not mention because privacy should be respected. And he say that my paper has no scientific basis. This is absolute joke. My paper has no scientific basis. And Penrose paper has scientific basis, and and uh, Hawking paper has scientific basis about singularities. This is science. And what I develop in my model is that actually there is no hole in the space-time because there is no space-time. We have to be clear once. There is no space-time there is no time as a fourth dimension of space. There is no space-time. Universe exists in time invariant space. And where we have black holes in the universe, there is no hole there. This is a black star that has a very high density. And in this black star, the energy density in the center of the black star is so low that the star start eating itself. And every black hole has an inner chamber where all matter is falling apart into elementary particles. So this big pressure of elementary particles can be a physical cause for the explosion in supernova. But when the star is too big, then the high pressure of this fresh energy is creating the hole in the position of rotation. And then this fresh gas is coming out into the form of these jets. My model explains why we have protons in the jets, because a proton has a lower energy density of space as it is in the black holes. I did few calculations. So proton remains stable. And I explain in my model is explained supernova, is explained active galactic nucleus, how they form, and there is no singularity. And I'm now really curious what will happen in the next year 24, or I will manage to publish this in an important journal, or they will push away and they will go on with this hocus pocus black hole situation, which actually is not science, you know. Nothing of singularity of Penrose and Hawking was ever observed in the universe. Nothing. Nothing was observed. And everything that I developed in my article is observed already. And so this professor say, this chief editor say, you cannot send me this article because it has no scientific basis enough. I mean, I don't know why I have to spend my 40 years of my life in physics. I would rather be a gardener. I would have much more fun working in the garden and watching how roses are flourishing. So I have a bad luck. But anyway, let's see what will happen. What will happen in 24. Once more, if we want to progress cosmology, Penrose singularity and Hawking singularities has to be abandoned from physics. Happy New Year.